Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin in Tucson, Arizona. Thank you for being here today. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. And today I've got a special video for you about some local items. I'm really actually extremely excited to show you these pieces of script from 1940 from Old Tucson. And so for those of you who don't know what Old Tucson is, you've actually seen a movie filmed at Old Tucson, I would guess. I could be wrong. But these little pieces of paper were issued for use strictly at Old Tucson. Now, Old Tucson was built in 1939, and you can see these are redeemable through November of 1940. So these were used in conjunction with the launching of Old Tucson as a film site. It was actually first created for the Columbia Pictures movie Arizona. And it was and is a small western town that is in between the Tucson Mountains and the Swore National Monument Park. So if you are out driving down I-10 past Tucson, you'll see the city off the freeway. It's on the other side to the west over the mountains. So this is a 25-cent piece, Old Tucson 1860, which is interesting to have 1860 on there. Here we go. We've got all these little symbols on there, which would be different brands. And you've got some pistoles. Arizona Pima County promises to pay 25 cents. And then you've got this Nick C. Hall. Mayor Nick was not the mayor of Tucson, but he was the founder of Old Tucson. And when I said that you've seen movies here, you've probably seen Rio Bravo or McClintock or Rio Lobo or El Dorado, all of those John Wayne movies filmed there. And if you're not a John Wayne kind of guy, then you've probably seen maybe the movie Tombstone, which was actually filmed in Tucson, Old Tucson. The 310 to Yuma, The Quick and the Dead. So you'll see here that we actually have different denominations here. Here's a 50-cent piece, and you'll see that the main script is identical. They changed the color, they changed the denomination, and the imagery in the circle has changed. We've got I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a calf. I think that's supposed to be a calf. Then we've got a rooster, and the reverse image also changes. So whereas here we've got, it looks like the Mission, Phoebe's Pie Shop. There we go. That's where, of course, Friends famously got their name for Phoebe. And we've got also a $1 note. And one of the things you may notice also is that the actual serial numbers did change on these. So these had serial numbers, unlike some other script from the time. There's actually another piece of script from Tucson, from a movie called The Furies, and that's its own video. That may or may not exist yet, I don't know. And here on the dollar, we've got the U.S. Post Office on the back of Old Tucson. So really, really cool stuff. Usually the notes are not that expensive. Generally speaking, I see them trade, in that $5 to $10 range. These I'll probably put up on auction and just kind of for fun. Usually it's the type of stuff I don't sell. I just kind of hold on to stuff like this because it is a piece of Tucson. They're actually pretty scarce. In other words, I don't see them very frequently. But if for some reason you're watching this video and these don't exist because you didn't see it when the video came out, if you go on eBay and look up Old Tucson 1940 and then put in a denomination or put in the word script, you're likely to find some popping around. I mean, I do see people asking $30 or $40 for them, but also, generally speaking, if someone puts them up for auction, they tend to trade for quite a bit less than that. So anyways, Old Tucson Studios had over 500 films made there. I think they just tour there now. I don't think that there's a full, when I was a kid, you used to just be able to walk around like you did if you go to Tombstone. That's it. I think there's lots to learn about Old Tucson, but I'm not an expert on that. But this script is awesome. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.